Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, a multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Sunday, the 30th of January, 2022, and this is episode 478. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. I don't think I have any announcements. Yeah, so I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right, let's talk about what is on my needles. First up, in my kitty cat bag from Little Fish Stitches, I am working on a pair of shorty socks for me. This is from my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern that you can get on our website, javapearldesigns.com. And as always, everything we talk about is linked in the show notes, GGKCS.com. I'm using US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is West Yorkshire Spinner Signature 4-ply in the Fairy Lights colorway. So I had already shown y'all that I had finished the first one. And I think last week when I recorded, I had like maybe done the toe and started on the foot. So I made some decent progress on the foot this week. So let's see. It looks like I have maybe like 4 more stripes of the non-green color till I get to the heel. So, yeah, I will keep plugging away on those and have another pair of shorty socks for this summer. So. And then the other thing on my needles in my, I need to look and see if she like named this fabric. This is, I call it the maker fabric from Nerd Bird Stitchery, because there's like the sewist and the spinner and the crocheter and the knitter and maker and stitcher. And I know she does stickers of these as well. I don't know if they're currently available, but yeah, that was a piece of that was a bag I wanted to get for a long time, and I was so excited when I finally got my hands on it. I am knitting the Dust of Snow Wrap by Curious Handmade Helen Stewart, and I am doing what it boils down to is 12 rows a week. Which is actually going to have me finished. Let's see, I did the math the other night. I'm about to sneeze. Or not. It will have me done in 48 weeks instead of 52. But if, you know, that kind of is nice, because if I have something where, you know, I'm on vacation or whatever and don't take it with me, or, you know, just have an off week or whatever, that gives me a little bit of built in. And so I've gone ahead and started week 5 actually. And when I'm done with week 5, I will be a smidge more than 10% done. This is done on US 6's 4 mil needles. And I finished colors 1 and 2, and color 3 is in progress. So here we go. So let me just tell you, I'm not going to always tell you all the colors, but as I finish colors maybe or something. So color 1 was Barocco Folio in the 4 Pearls colorway. And then color 2 was Into the World Picaco Sock in the Bigger on the Inside colorway. And then I've started on color 3, which is, hold on, I have to look because I haven't put it in the show notes yet. Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love Sock in the Magician colorway. And it's this beautiful purple. And this is going to have like lace eyelets in it, as well as the central double decrease that I used down here. So, yeah. Making progress. Oh, now maybe that sneeze is coming. Oh my goodness. Something in the air. I've been sneezing all morning. Yeah. Okay, well, that is everything on my needles besides today's preemie hat, which I will show you finished next week. And speaking of finished, let me show you last Sunday's preemie hat. coffee. The most essential part of the morning. All right, let's talk about my finished project. So this is Preemie hat number 4 for the year. The colors kind of blend. Okay, well, let me tell you hold on. I will get to that momentarily. This is from my top-down Preemie hat pattern that you can get for free on our website, javapearldesigns.com. I did this on US 6's 4mm needles. So I used Knit Picks Galileo in the pearl colorway, and I held that with a strand of Pandia's Jewel Snug in the Supernatural colorway and Suburban Stitcher Sock in the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park colorway. So the one that has the yellow in it, that's the Hawaii one. So I used up all of the Supernatural colorway. That's the one that's in the pom-pom and in the stripe here. So, Preemie hat number 4 for the year. And we'll get number 5 done today. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Okay, first up in my Humans with Cat Heads project bag by the 805 Stitcher, I am working on trying to get it out. Here we go. Spooky Stories bookmark by Black Needle Society, Katie Landis. It says, "Off to my grave, for I am dead. Place at my side a needle and thread." And I am stitching it on the called for Mill Hill 14 count perforated paper in the mocha colorway and the called for DMC flosses. And the needle minder is also from Black Needle Society. It says Icy Thread People. So I think I have maybe like 1 or 2 more rows. Let's see, let me look here without showing all the pattern. Yeah, I have 1 more row of the black in the header there. So, and my plan when I get done with this is to back it. And then, let's see, where is it at? Is it easily, okay, maybe. Let's see if I can get this out. Sorry for the crinkle. Here we go. Do you see this, the skull bead? So, so this pattern and everything came in the Trick or Treat box from the Black Needle Society. And one of the things we got was a bath bomb, and it had this skeleton bead in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tassel for the bookmark and use the bead. Won't that be awesome? The other stuff in here is for the scissor fob, and I'm not going to use this pattern though. I found a really, really cute cat and pumpkin pattern that I am going to use instead, and it will be adorable. So yeah. And as a reminder, I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. I will tell you about my coupon code in the last segment, because you can save in their vault. Okay, so there's number 1 for this week. Number 2 for this week is in my Outlander to Better to Sleep bag, project bag that I had Stitch Toolbox custom make for me because I love this fabric so much. I'm so excited for Outlander coming back soon. Okay, I am stitching, this is a year-long project. I'm sorry, my nose is just, there's something in the air. I'm stitching Modern Folk Embroidery, The River. I am modifying it though. I took this design down here and flipped it, and I'm putting it in place of the alphabet and the numbers. And the math on this is if I stitch 185 stitches a week on this, I will have it finished by the end of the year. I am stitching this on Steel City Stitcher 16 count Ada in the Crimson Peak colorway, using the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. floss in the River of Life colorway. And everything except for the project bag for this project came from the Black Needle Society. Okay, I apologize, y'all. I'm still having shoulder issues. Okay, so I finished week 4's 185 stitches, and then last night I put in about 90 stitches for week 5. So as you can see, I'm more than halfway across the top part of that pattern. Repeat. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. So I'm hoping to get the other, how many ever stitches I need to get in for this week, maybe today. Working on that. So, and then the final project for this week is in my Knit Run Dig Winnie the Pooh project bag. Let me scroll down so I can get to my numbers. There we go. All right. I am stitching Carolina Stitchery's Edinburgh Castle. All the details of everything that I'm using for this are in the show notes, ggkcs.com. Okay, this is my 25/7 piece, and I've kind of been cheating and doing more than 25 minutes a day on it, which is leaving me less time to do other crafting in addition. So I may bump myself back down and do like 25 to 30 minutes a day on it. That way I have time to work on other stuff too and make progress on other stuff. Because we know this project is going to take me 50 gazillion years. So when I finished working on this on Friday, which is my end of week, which I think it was week 39, I think. Okay, so that would have put me, so yesterday I did these 50 stitches and those 100 stitches. So count those out. Everything else in the diagonals, I did this last week. And that gave me a total of 50,920 stitches out of 265,824 stitches complete. 19.156% complete, and 10 out of 60 pages. So, as you can see, I've changed the way I'm stitching this. I'm stitching it on the diagonal now, which I've been told will help it not, like when I was stitching in columns, you have the potential of it showing a line here. I mean, obviously you can see lines now because I have not washed the fabric to get the grid marks off, but it runs the potential of showing lines just because of how the thread is started and stopped all along one crisp line. But in a diagonal, it doesn't work it doesn't have that crisp line. So I'm going to do it on a page though. So I think there's 8 columns. I mean, 8 rows of words, y'all. I think there is 8 10 by 10 squares, that are the rows on a page. So I've done, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 in. And the diagonal I am working on right now will make it 5. And then I'll just keep working the diagonal. Once I get to the full 8, I'll just keep working the diagonals through of 8 all the way across. So there's my progress. And that is everything that I have worked on this week for FlossTube. I do have cross-stitch content upcoming, so you should definitely stick around. Let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about. Yummies. First up this week, in the post came Black Needle Society Happy Hour Stitching with 2 Martini Stitcher box. As you can see, I did not get it packed back in there as well as the lovely ladies at the Black Needle Society packed it in. That's just how it is. I did a full unboxing of this on YouTube. If you want to watch like the full length video, I am going to walk through everything in here, but not as in much depth. Not in as much depth. Words sound wrong today. Here is the little flyer with the photo challenge and some spotlights of people from previous photo challenges in it. It has the spoiler card, a note from the lovely ladies at Black Needle Society, and in May, mermaids, unicorns, and dragons. Oh my. I'll just say it here. I am a Black Needle Society rep, so I received this box for free. And I am able to give to you a coupon code for 5% off everything in their vault, which is where all the extras from all the subscription boxes go for sale. So you can save 5% with the coupon code JavaPearl5, JAVAPURL, and the number 5. Okay, I'm going to start with the funniest thing in the box. It cracked me up the entire time after I opened it. You're like, what are these, Cece? Well, these are snacking and crafting finger chopsticks. So if you are, stitching or knitting and you need to eat a Cheeto, you can just pick it up and eat it and not get Cheeto dust all over your project. I love these. These are so funny. We have it's Stitch O'Clock Somewhere tote bag, which is super cute. Love it. Let's see, I'm going to put all the things over on this side so I don't get them mixed up. We got a beautiful piece of Seraphim hand-dyed fabrics, 5 o'clock somewhere. I got the 16 count Ada. It's greener in person, a little bit greener in person, but it's so pretty. And I think it would be perfect for the pattern that you're going to see in a minute. We got floss from Live and Die LA. Woo, I'm dropping things. We got Melon Illusion. We got Tequila Sunrise. And we got Bordeaux. So very, very pretty floss. We got the exclusive needle minder, which I will give you a heads up, just in case you don't know. You do not have to tear it in order to open it. It will open easier because it's just a Ziploc if you don't tear it. The more you know. We got the, I love that it's 2 martinis and it's always happy hour. Because 2 martinis for 2 martini stitcher. I love it. We got this beautiful set of counting pins. These are the Martini Garnish counting pin set. So there's olive, onion, and with a twist. I'm super excited about these because I only have 2 counting pins currently. And so I'm going to make good use of these. I also saw somebody in the Black Needle Society post yesterday that they put these on a fancy dress as like a jewelry piece, which is fun. Love it. Okay. In this box, we got, this is from, oh crap, what is it called? Shaker and Spoon, and it's tart raspberry simple syrup. And it has a recipe for framboise thaw on it that has spiced apple cider, gin, the syrup, heavy cream, and cinnamon. I cannot wait to try that. Okay, this is the item that I was hoping there would be in this box. Because if you've ever been on one of the Black Needle Society stitching nights with me, you've heard me say, I don't have a proper wine glass. Now I do. So it says cheers on it, and look at the beautiful. I'm not normally a gold person, but I love it on this wine glass, and I will be using this. And cheers is what Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, says at the end of her floss tubes. And I just noticed the cheers has a needle underneath it. That's fabulous. I love it. I'm super excited. And then finally, this pattern that I want to start on immediately because it's so freaking fantastic. This is called 5 o'clock by Ink Circles. And it's actually a clock pattern, and each hour has a different drink. And it's done all in DMCs. It's 151 by 151. And I think it would look fantastic on that fabric. And they even said, let's see, where was that at? You would end up with, you would have approximately 2-inch margins if you did it on this fabric. So that might just happen. So that is everything that was in this box. It is fantastic. I loved it. Love it, love it. I need to take I pre-take all the photos for the photo challenges when we have boxes. That way I can start using this stuff after I show it to y'all. So, all right, let me just try to tuck all this back in here. And say, Black Needle Society, I can say this is in my top 3 favorite boxes that they have sent. So I will definitely be using my chopsticks. Crack me up. Okay, the other thing to show y'all today is I joined Fangirl Fibers. I joined their Gilmore Girls Club, and they had both knitting and cross stitch, and I decided to go with knitting. I have not bought myself new yarn, really. I mean, like, I bought the Felici from Knit Picks, but mostly for gift knitting purposes. And I think I've bought, like, skeins here and there, like, to go with other stuff, but I have not, like, bought, like, yarn. Just, you know, like, bought yarn just because I liked it in a while. So I decided to go with the Yarn Club. So this month's edition, yes, episode inspiration was season 1, episode 1. Here's the inspiration photo. And I went with the 80/20 merino nylon, 100 grams, 400 yards, fingering weight base. And this colorway is called Chilton. And I love that she put the inspiration photo on the label. Look at that speckling. Oh, this is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So I cannot wait to knit something with this. It's so pretty. So pretty. I don't know if that Yarn Club is still open. I'll put a link to her website in the show notes. All right, well, that is everything for Yummies, but I still have more to talk about. So let's move on to the next segment. Now we're going to talk about what I'm reading, watching, and listening to. A reminder about our 2022 RAL read along, which is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. All the details are in the show notes and in the Facebook group. You enter in the Facebook group. And by participating in the quarterly RALs, which right now is January, February, March, you earn entries into the year-long challenge, and at the beginning of 2023, we will draw for 3 grand prize winners. Side note, if you participated in the 2021 RAL, you might want to go watch the episode where we announce the winners, because 1 grand prize winner has not claimed their prize, and this week is the last week to claim your prize. So, just throwing that out there. All right, let's scroll down here, and let me tell you what I have been reading this week. Also a reminder that everything we talk about is linked in the show notes. So all the books that I talk about, there are links for them both via bookshop.org as well as via Amazon in the show notes. Okay, so I'm still reading How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can by Amy B. Shire. I finished reading Walking the Bridgeless Canyon, Repairing the Breach Between the Church and the LGBT Community by Kathy Baldock. That is the book for my Unashamed Love Collective book club, which we are meeting tomorrow to discuss it. So I'm continuing to read A Poem a Night in Inward by Young Pueblo. I'm still reading and writing in Get Untamed the Journal by Glennon Doyle. Okay, I finished listening to book 1 in Stalking Jack the Ripper, series by Carrie Maniscalco. The first book was called Stalking Jack the Ripper, and it's about this young woman who is training to do autopsies and such with her uncle in a time when women are not really allowed in that profession. And she ends up stalking Jack the Ripper. Second book is called Hunting Prince Dracula, and I'm listening to that right now. And they are at, she and the young man that her uncle was training are at this school that is teaching them about how to do this. I finished reading books 1 and 2 in the Veronica Speedwell series by Deanna Rayburn. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Ooh, don't you hate that when your nose just like, ugh. Okay. Book 1 was called A Curious Beginning, and book 2 was A Perilous Undertaking. And it's, I talked about these a little more in detail last week, so I won't go way into them, but it's kind of a similar vibe of like this young woman didn't know where she came from, and gets caught up in this mystery surrounding her life, and tries to, ends up involved in trying to solve a murder case, etc. Book 2 continues with that story and trying to stop a man from being hanged for a crime he potentially didn't commit. So I also read The City Baker's Guide to Country Living by Louise Miller, which was just adorable. It was like a Hallmark romance movie in book form. And I'm currently reading Dangerous Alliance, an ostentatious romance by Janique Cohen. And it is about a young woman who is being forced to marry because of other things going on within her family, and she's a big fan of Jane Austen, and so like every chapter starts with the Jane Austen quote, and I'm enjoying it so far. So watching some of what I'm watching, season 23 of Law and Order Special Victims Unit, as well as episodes for the That's Messed Up and SVU podcast, Not Safe for Children. Rewatching season 2 of Gilmore Girls with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. This week was a Tisket a Tasket, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I started second guessing myself on that. I'm watching season 1 of Book of Boba Fett, season 15 of Murdoch Mysteries, and season 19 of NCIS. Listening to, as always, my favorite murder podcast and random playlists. So that is everything for what I'm reading, watching, and listening to this week. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for the December, January, February Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Ow. So this started on December the 1st and it runs through the 28th of February. And it's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us relates to winter. Your fallback is you made it in the winter. No whips are allowed. All the rules are in the show notes as well as in the Facebook group. And we talk about them in detail on the first podcast of every month, which will be next week. We'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our prize donors. You're seeing those on the screen right now. If you would like to donate a prize, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. Larger pictures and such of the prizes are in the show notes, and we talk about the prizes in detail on the first podcast of every month. You enter in our Facebook group. And we'd like to give a shout out to people who finished projects in the last week. They are Andrea J, Jane S, Jane with a Y S, and Silver D. Great job, y'all. Keep working on those projects. You have just over 1 month to finish them because it's going to be February week this week, y'all. How is it going to be February this week already? I don't know. I can't fathom how we're going to be in February already. So get those projects finished and posted, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of the show where you ask us a question and we try to answer it. This week's question was originally asked and answered in 2019. Denise asked Pink Pearl, who I'm not bringing over here right now because I don't know that I can wrangle her with my shoulder and needing to show you stuff on the screen. She might come over here when I start showing you stuff, but we'll see. But as always, after the credits, there's always a video of Pink Pearl. So make sure and stay and watch because she's adorable. Okay, Pink Pearl's question is, from Denise, is, what is your favorite treat? Seriously, I know it is hard to choose, but there has to be one that you dive over all the rest for. My boys totally go for Ferrotone over everything else. I wish they would like emu oil or salmon oil, but nope. Also, what is your favorite place to watch the outside? And what is your favorite thing to watch outside? Okay, so I'm going to show you, I guess, like her top 3 favorite treats. This is from Pet Winery, and this is Burgundy cat wine. Dammy got this for her for Christmas, and it has like salmon oil and catnip and other such things in it. So occasionally we will stir a little bit. She doesn't want to just drink it straight, but we sometimes will pour a little bit in and stir it into her wet food, and she seems to like that. This is a newer treat for her. These are the and actually we haven't tried this brand before, but these are meat tubes. This brand is called Tiki Cat Stick, and this is tuna in cream gravy. And she really loves these. So this batch came in her Christmas stocking as well. And we haven't tried this brand yet with her, but we are going to, and she really does love those. But her all-time favorite treat, which we call her cookies, because of My Favorite Murder and Elvis want a cookie. Meow. We call these cookies. These are the Feline Greenies dental treats, and she loves the catnip flavor. And they are shaped like little fish. And so she gets a few of these before bed at night. So if I'm taking, especially on the weekends when I'm staying up later, if I'm taking too long getting ready for bed, because she knows she does not get these until last thing before I've, brushed my teeth and, the coffee pot is set and all the the lights have been turned out and the electronics have been all the things before bed, doors locked, all that. She doesn't get these until all of that is complete. So if I'm taking too long, she definitely lets me know because she wants her cookies. So these are her top favorite treat. Okay, and then what were the other questions? Favorite place to watch the outside and favorite thing to watch outside. You can kind of see her cat condo right here. And she likes to sit on it and watch the birds outside. She also sometimes likes to sit on the arm of the couch right here, like a loaf, and watch the birds outside. Sometimes the birds taunt her. They will land on the balcony, and she just will be like, excuse me, that's my balcony. What are you doing? And why can't I not get to you? So there we go. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to post them. There is a Ask the Geeks thread in the Facebook group. You can post them in the YouTube comments of any video. You can send them to me by DM on Instagram. You can email them to ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. And thus far, in all the years that we've been doing Ask the Geeks, there's not been a question we have not been willing to answer. So feel free to post, and we'll be happy to try to answer it. All right. I'm surprised she stayed asleep with me talking about cookies. She's asleep on my bed right now because she loves cookies. She loves cookies. She also gets cookies sometimes when we're trying to clip her claws or things like that, or we're trying to bribe her because cookies work. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Well, with that, we come to the end of the show. Okay, a few announcements, reminders. As I mentioned before, I am a rep for the Black Meeeow Society. You can save 5% on everything in their vault with the coupon code JavaPurl5, JAVAPURL5. And what is in the vault is leftovers from previous boxes. If you are interested in getting the every other month boxes, you can join the waitlist at theblackmeeeowsociety.com. We are co-hosting the Pride Owl, the Pride Along that started in 2021 and ends at the end of June. You can go to our show notes, ggkcs.com, and there's a link there to watch a video, a YouTube video about the owl. And our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along 2122. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, however it is you do it, especially those of you who support us monetarily. Big love. That money goes for shipping out prizes and technology behind the scenes. You can support the podcast financially in several different ways. First, there is Patreon and YouTube Join, which are ways you can pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. You can find out more and sign up at patreon.com/ggkcs or by clicking the join button under any YouTube video. There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you'd like to make a one-time donation. We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our site, or from our shop, we earn a commission, and local independent bookstores also earn money from your purchase. Our shop is at bookshop.org/shop/ggkcs. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you go on our website and click on the appropriate Amazon link and then do your Amazon shopping as normal, we earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Great way to support the podcast by something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you will find links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, our Facebook group, etc. And with that, I think we will say goodbye. Remember to stay tuned for after the credits for a video of Pink. We wish you a good week ahead. Please remember to wear your masks, get vaccinated, take care of yourself and your fellow humans around you, your neighbors, your friends, people you don't know but might meet in a store or wherever. Remember that we should be respectful of those living life around us as well. So, and until next time, happy crafting, and we'll talk to you again next week. Bye. Hello, Miss Ma'am. Did you climb up in my lap when Mom was trying to work? Is Mama doing some work? Is Mama trying to work? Is Mama doing her planner? Mama's doing her planner for February? And you thought you might help? Oh, that's so nice. You gave them kisses. Are you purring? Yeah. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. Yes, you are. Your mama pretty girl. Yeah. Yeah. You're just gonna lay right there. Okay.